Live.
Hi, how are you? Wait, I should say, hi there. Welcome to Hold the Salt with Ahura Z. And tonight we are doing salsa. Don't mind the dogs barking in the back. They're just very noisy and they hear my own voice and they want to be here. Now, it's important for you all to see this. This type of salsa that I'm making is pretty common except with a few little twists. I'm going to add a couple of ingredients that you probably haven't heard about, but they nevertheless will be absolutely delicious. So, before we get to that though, how are you all doing? How was your week? I hope that your week was good. You know, it's Friday night. The day was beautiful. It was nice and windy. And I try to do something positive daily. And I would suggest that to you all too. Take a moment and maybe send out a couple of prayers for, you know, people that are not doing so well and people that are dealing with the stress of this whole virus thing and so forth. For you that on low sodium diets, this is going to be great for you because I get asked all the time to make my salsa. So now you guys will watch me do it and hopefully you can do the same thing. Now, some of the things that we start off with is onions, green peppers. I like the green peppers for this. And tomato. And as you can see right over here, I have a couple of things I'll bring up to you to see. One of them is corn and pimentos. Yes, that's right, pimentos. And what we're going to do is I need to start some simmering water. Now, the water that I use is well water. I might suggest that to you all as well. First thing we're going to do is we're going to use this bowl. We're bringing it over on this side so you can see it clearly. And we're going to take our peppers. Take our onion. And then we're going to take our cilantro. Yes, yes, cilantro. Put it there. Now, there are those of you that like big chunks in your salsa, and that's cool, because I do too. But for this one, we're going to do a simple salsa. So we're going to mix this all up. Let's mix it up really good. A little more onion. What do you guys think? I think a little more onion. Now, we're going to take our garlic powder, because I love it. Now, there are different types of garlic. You can use the fresh garlic, and normally I would. I also use granulated garlic, which is good, and powdered garlic. Now that already smells great. For those of you that are watching, I'd like to thank you for watching. I love cooking, and I've been doing a whole lot more cooking lately. Next thing we do is we take our black pepper, and I'm going to tell the camera person, Kazi, to brace yourself, because I got to brace myself, because even just a suggestion of black pepper does something. Okay, that's our water over there. Turn this out even more. There we go. take our paprika. Sorry if my arm is in the way. I am left-handed. Being left-handed, things are made to left angles in most kitchens and most houses, so bear with me on that. I'll try to stay out of the way, so you can see that already looks good enough to eat. Then we're going to add some different herbal seasonings. I like using my what they call Italian seasonings, which is really very good. And that is parsley, oregano, basil, you give yourself a generous helping of that. And I know that there are people out there that just like to use a little bit of seasoning for a thing, but I'm not one of those. And our cumin.
Ryan says, I suffer from left-handed too.
That's cool. Us left-handed people have to stick together. We're the only ones in our right minds.
That was such a dad joke.
And that is cumin. Now, listen to me. You have to watch one thing, and that's going a bit crazy with the cumin, okay? It's really good, and it does add a wonderful flavor to things like salsa and a lot of other Latin-based foods. But you gotta kind of watch it. Don't put too much, okay? Good, very good. Now, I want this to be a bit spicy. So I'm gonna add something. I'm gonna add some of my red pepper flakes. Did I say paper? Mm-hmm. My red pepper flakes. Great.
Mara said, but an intelligent dad joke. And then Ryan said, I'm gonna use that one. Ha 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 ha.
Awesome. You go right ahead. Kazi reminds me all the time that most of my jokes are dad jokes. And I said, but I am a dad. What do you expect me to do? Yes, that smells beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. As you notice again, I've used no salt. Now, tonight we have salt because, remember, just because I don't use salt, doesn't mean that I penalize the rest of my family. So this is what I do with salt. Just wave it. You know, and then put it back someplace that you won't need it.
Just so you guys know, there were no salt flakes that have been, no salt grains that have been harmed in this video.
Now, I'm just going to take a bit of apple cider vinegar because I like apple cider vinegar. Just put it in there.
Kira says, essence de salt.
No salt in this, baby. No
she said essence of salt.
Yes, it's just in the spirit of salt. As I have pointed out again, I do not use salt substitutes. Being on a low sodium diet does not mean that you have to go find something as a substitute for salt, because I can live without salt. All right. Now, we have this wonderful contraption here that is a food processor. In other words, it turns really chunky stuff into little stuff. Now, as I said before, there are those of you that love having the salsa just be kind of chunky. And I like that too, just so you know. But for this one, what I am going to do is, I'm going to show you a different option for salsa. And make a mess, because I like making messes. You guys should love this, really. In the future, what I plan on doing is jarring up this, or bottling up it, however you want to refer to it, and also adding this to the menu of Daily Bread Bakery, Low Sodium Bakery, which can be reached at www.dailybreadlowsodium.com.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
Brought to you by?
Brought to you by Daily Bread Low Sodium Bakery. Thank you. I'm eating. All right. It's amazing this hasn't been broken yet. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this. See all those lovely chunks in there?
Here I said, brought to you by the letter Z.
That's right. And I am the only one. Wah, ah, ah. Okay. That looks good. Like, you don't want to make it too not chunky. Come here, take a look at this. Look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? And from here, it smells absolutely amazing. Okay. Remember, just a little bit.
Can I see how much you put in?
Okay, just put a little bit of water. That's it, because I want that water to reduce, because I don't want to have to come up with a very soupy salsa. And I'm gonna take this. That smells really good. And I'm going to hopefully not make a mess. There we go. Let's pour that on in there. And I already made a mess. See? It's just what I get. One of the things that I like to try to do is kind of clean up as I go. That way I don't have a huge mess to contend with later. But since I'm a messy person, that happens more seldomly than anything. There we go. So I have to deal with this big food processor headache later on. Okay, now here's where we take our corn. And you might say, well, Z, why would you put corn in salsa? Because it gives it just that little hint of corn flavor, okay? And it also goes really good with the pimentos.
Can I see that?
Yes, you certainly may. There you go. See that? Just nibless corn, pimentos.
Mara says the mess makes it delicious.
It does indeed. We're just gonna put that in there. Just to add to the mess. It does indeed. And I'll turn that fire up just a bit. Stir it really good.
What setting is it on?
Oh, it's just kind of a medium setting for now. I just turned it up to medium.
Okay.
It was low. it to cook too fast because I don't want the vegetables that are inside that make up the salsa, I don't want them burnt. Okay? If you cook this type of mixture too fast, you'll burn your vegetables and it'll have a really burnt flavor, and that's not what you want. So mind your fire, okay? Bring that over to you so you can see it. See that? Nice. Okay, let's bring it back. Add some more cilantro. The Italian herbs. Some more of the garlic powder, or the garlic, granulated garlic, excuse me. Now, it's the nature of fire to get hotter. So you have to mind your fire. If you see your salsa start to boil, you probably want to turn your fire down. Okay, simmering is one thing. Okay, that's much better. Now, I do make this look fast, but it's only because I've been doing it for a while. Please take your time. Remember, this is your food. And food is for enjoyment and sustenance. But remember, food is also for healing. Don't ever forget that.
Heidi Pruitt says, I have the unfortunate gene that makes cilantro taste like soap, but this is looking good.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people do. Their bodies process certain things in such a way that it winds up tasting like salt.
No, soap.
But what you can do is you can experiment with just a little bit. Okay? Sorry about that. If you can experiment with just a little bit and then edge your way back up, it kind of holds the same process as getting used to salt, or no salt, or getting used to not using salt. We've been on these salt diets for so long. Do you know the recommended amount of salt is 2,300 milligrams. But you know, the average diet, American diet, is between 5 to 8 grams of salt. And that's way over. You know, so your taste buds take the hit for that. So when you stop using salt, what happens is it takes a moment and then your taste buds will wake up. So use just a little bit of the cilantro. And if you can find something that will kind of make up for the cilantro, I suggest oregano. That could help. I might suggest basil, or a mixture of basil and oregano. That could help. But if you can wind up using the cilantro, my suggestion is that you do. Now, we'll just wait for that to simmer a little bit. For those of you just on a low salt diet, I hear you. I know what you're going through. You go to the supermarket, you look all over, everything has salt, no matter what you look at. Don't let it get you down, because it did get me down for a minute. And I was like, this is impossible. But there are ways around it. Okay, and you start counting your milligrams of salt, and that again can be rather discouraging. But keep going. Then you start cooking for yourself and you realize that you're not being held prisoner, or you're not being denied something. You're not the boring one at the party. You just have to think of other options. And for those of you that are just joining us on a low sodium diet, you're safe here. I'll help you. I will do my best for you. All right, let's look at a couple of things. About ready. As you can see, there's our product there. Now, this is probably going to be a little spicy, but I will taste test it just in case. That's really good. That turned out wonderful. All right. So, usually people use this with chips. They'll eat it with chips or use it as a dip. Chips and salsa, of course. You can also use it in other Mexican style dishes that you cook. For instance, we did tacos. You could do tacos with the salsa. You all know how to use salsa. Use it the way that you choose. You're safe if you're on a low sodium diet. I've added no salt, okay, in any of the products. You'll only deal with the salt that is actually in the vegetables. And what I'm going to do I'm going to take these very low sodium chips, and actually these only have 55 milligrams of sodium per 1 ounce servings. Okay, use that. My suggestion to you also is to find no sodium chips, okay, if you can. Which is another thing, we will be at Daily Bread Bakery making low sodium chips, or no sodium chips. I think this will be spicy enough for you, cousin.
Awesome.
Now, you notice I didn't put any lemon or lime. A lot of times I will. You can feel free to add that however you choose to add that. But this way, people that cannot tolerate citrus don't have to deal with it. There you are. Your salsa is ready. I'm totally gonna eat this stuff. Well, all right. Once again, you have another thing that you can very easily prepare. Next week, we're going to be doing another type of chicken dish, and that I'm sure that you all will enjoy. Until then, I'd like to thank you all. Thank you all for joining me. Remember, if you're looking for bread, low sodium bread, very low sodium bread that doesn't taste like cardboard, you can call us at not call us, but write us at dailybreadlowsodium.com. and look at our menu. You can check out all that we're about and all that we do. Like I said, you can look for the salsa in the future in jars or bottles. And we also have our low sodium pancakes, our low sodium brownies, our puddings, our breads. You know, we can make just about any type of bread that you can think of. And I really enjoy cooking for you all and showing you how to do this. Remember, I'm not going to have to negotiate your salt with you. I'm going to make everything safe for you to eat. Okay, even people on very, very low sodium diets will be able to eat my food. Okay, so once again, thank you all. I promise I will always do my best for you, and you're safe here.
Sandy Morton says, thank you, nice video.
Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Remember, give us a like, tell your friends about the video, and tell your friends about the cooking classes every Friday, okay? I'm Ahura Z. This is Hold the Salt with Ahura Z.